Our first story of hope and courage takes us to Lebanon County. Kathleen Ryland exercised, ate right, and nursed her two children. She never thought cancer would be on her radar. Here's Kathleen's story.
This is how Kathleen and Ken Ryland spend their free time. They've been biking since they got married.
It's one of the things we did on our honeymoon. We went biking.
People thought we were crazy because we went to Italy and started in the northern part of Italy near Venice. It was something that we both enjoyed and we did it together, and we saw wonderful places and had great experiences that we wouldn't have had if we weren't on bikes.
So that's something that has stayed with us after 20-some years of marriage, and still enjoy it.
An active lifestyle that took a detour when Kathleen did a self-breast exam.
I felt a change in density in my right breast. It wasn't a lump like all women are trained and told to look for, so I wasn't alarmed. But I knew that it wasn't symmetrical, and I knew that it wasn't there before.
I didn't think that it would amount to much, but you know, better to be safe than sorry, as they always say. Get it checked. So advised her to go get it checked and make an appointment.
Kathleen did just that. She made an appointment for a mammogram.
This is Kathleen's mammogram. As you can see, there's a small triangle on that mammogram. That's pointing to the lump that she's feeling. Directly behind that pointer, you can see an area of increased density showing that brighter white tissue.
That same day, Kathleen had an ultrasound.
She started clicking and measuring, and I felt this wave of fear. Cold fear wash over me and knew something was not right.
More testing needed to be done.
She subsequently underwent biopsy of that mass, which showed invasive lobular carcinoma. Invasive lobular carcinomas can often be difficult to detect on mammogram, so we use MRIs to truly delineate the extent of disease. As you can see, this area of bright white enhancement shows the tumor that was found, and it measures approximately 6 centimeters on MRI. No woman expects to hear that she has breast cancer, and it was surreal. It was hard to comprehend.
It's a blow when you hear the word cancer and you think that you're healthy and you're, you think you're still young, you're in your early 50s and you're just beginning to think about retirement and everything, and you hear that cancer word, it really takes you back.
I didn't have a family history. I gave birth to 2 children and nursed them both, and was active and ate well, I thought. I did everything that I thought I was supposed to do to be healthy.
Kathleen had to make some difficult decisions.
Because of the size of the tumor, it was something that wasn't amenable to a lumpectomy, so we recommended a mastectomy with a sentinel node biopsy.
Kathleen felt, and Dr. Witters had told her, that this particular type of cancer does have a higher rate of reoccurrence, and she made the decision to have a bilateral mastectomy.
I just felt that it was the right decision for me to do a bilateral mastectomy to reduce the risk, and hopefully I would never have to face that again.
2 months after being diagnosed, Kathleen was scheduled to have surgery.
It just doesn't feel like it could be happening, but it's happening. And I just surrendered to God. If that was His will for me, and doctors were going to do their very best and do what they do well, that I would have to trust that the outcome would be good.
I forget what happened, but I remember going to the garage and I was calling family and friends and just breaking down in the garage and crying because, there's nothing you can do. Your partner is going through surgery and it's cancer, and, there's always a possibility that something could happen. You hope it doesn't, and it's just a normal procedure, but it just kind of all hit home at that point.
Because of the location of her tumor being away from the nipple, we were able to save the entire skin and nipple and do a nipple-sparing mastectomy and start implant-based reconstruction at that same time. On final pathology, we ended up finding a 5.5 centimeter invasive lobular carcinoma, and we found 1 lymph node out of 2 that had had evidence of micrometastatic disease. Because of the large size of her tumor being greater than 5 centimeters and 1 lymph node showing evidence of metastatic disease, we did recommend post-mastectomy radiation.
This was some news Kathleen wasn't expecting.
I was hoping not to have radiation or chemotherapy, but when it comes down to it, survival. Women do what they have to do.
Radiation is X-rays that are aimed at a part of the body where there was cancer originally, because there's always a chance that after a surgeon removes an area with cancer, there could be microscopic cells left behind. So radiation can kill off those microscopic cells.
Kathleen went for radiation treatments 5 days a week for 5 weeks.
Radiation basically works by killing off cancer cells as they try to divide. And cancer cells are actively growing and dividing more than normal breast tissue is. So normal breast cells are able to repair any damage from radiation, where cancer cells are unable to repair damage and then they die.
Kathleen and Ken vividly remember the last treatment.
I was walking down the corridor after the last treatment, and they actually have a bell mounted to the wall, so sort of your departing gift and celebration as you have your last treatment. You ring the bell, and I just felt this sense of relief.
She was fine. She rang the bell, and we got halfway down the hallway, and she just collapsed. I mean, in tears and overwhelmed with emotions.
It was just like another hurdle done behind me in my rear view.
Many hurdles overcome. Now Kathleen and Ken can get back on track and be active again.
She's great. She's doing great. You know, it's coming up on the end of the first year, and I think she's made great progress.
I am grateful for every sunrise to see my children. Physically, I'm feeling stronger. I'm beginning to do more physical activity, which I enjoy. I cycled, I swam, did yoga, was active, and I miss those things. So I'm starting to do those things. I may not be able to do them at the intensity or the endurance I once had, but I'm grateful to be doing any of them to some degree.